been thinking about starting a business, but you don't know where to start, I have 10 essential tips that I recommend coming from someone who's been running a business for 7 years, for which has been a full-time entrepreneur. Hey you guys, my name is Alicia. I'm the owner of iFancy Safety and I create fashion forward safety keychains. We just celebrated 3 years in March. Before I started my online business selling self-defense keychains, I was an event decorator. I've had experience working firsthand as a service provider, and I've also had experience on an e-commerce platform. I just wanted to give you guys some tips that I learned along the way and talk about my personal experience as an entrepreneur. My first tip is to just start. If you haven't started already, you gotta ask yourself, what's the thing that's stopping you from starting your business? The perfect time, things to be better financially. It's good to just start. Don't make any excuses. Just do the thing that you've been talking about doing. When I started iFancy Sweets and iFancy Safety, there was no pushback on why I started. As soon as I realized that I wanted to do that, it was instant research mode. And within that same month, I started it. But there's been other aspects of my business that I've not started with. This is my first YouTube video that I posted. I've been wanting to create YouTube content for you guys for years, and I had every excuse on why I could not. The setup of this video is not how I imagined it in my head. In my head, I thought it was gonna be perfect. I would have a professional microphone, a professional camera, aesthetically pleasing background. I would have done more with hair and makeup. I thought that everything had to be perfect, like how you would see people who have been doing YouTube for years. Because of that, it really held me back for 3 years. I finally just decided, what am I doing? I want to make the YouTube video. I want to share my experience and my tips with you guys. Like, let me just do it. I'm in our front room. There are toys all over the floor right now. This is my like cute little top. And then I got sweatpants on. The only form of script that I really wrote down was just the tips that I had in mind. I'm glad that I'm here now and that I started, because I feel like this video could really be helpful for first-time entrepreneurs. So with that being said, I need you guys to start. Don't be like me and wait 3 years to do the thing that you've been wanting to do. Just start. If you're like, oh, I don't have enough money to start this business, go through your past bank statements. Has there been any expenses like eating out, Amazon shopping that you did not need that you could have used to invest in your business? You're like, oh, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time. You got to make time for it. You got to sacrifice some time. It's going to be worth it in the long run. So whatever that excuse is, get rid of it and start. Let me know in the comment section, what is preventing you from starting that business? What's holding you back? What's the mental block? What's the physical block? What hurdle do you have to get over before you can start? My second tip is to find your why. Why do you want to start your business? Is it because you want financial freedom? You want something more flexible with your schedule? Is this a passion project turned profit? Or is it something else? Why is it worth it in the long run? For me, when I started iFancy Safety, my why is because I wanted to live closer to my family. At the time, I was living in Maryland, but most of my family lives in Ohio. I would visit there frequently, and it just kind of felt like home, and I really wanted to live closer to them. At the time when I decided that I was going to move to Ohio, I was an event decorator full time. I made treats and set up events for birthday parties, baby showers, you name it. At the time, I was a full-time entrepreneur, and I knew I did not want to go back to working for someone else. I knew in order for me to move from Maryland to Ohio, I would have to come up with some type of product that I can ship out no matter where I am at in the United States. So that was my initial why. I wanted to be closer to my family. At the time, I thought I was gonna do the product that I could ship everywhere and then slowly build my clientele in Ohio once I got to Ohio. That was my initial plan, but we did not stick to it. If you want a story time on that, let me know in the comment section. So I want for you guys to do is to write down why, like really think about why you're gonna do this, because running a business is not easy by no means, and you're gonna have to make a lot of sacrifices. So knowing what that why is will make it so much worth it. Write down that why somewhere visible so it can keep you motivated. Number 3 is make sure you're passionate about it. Do you see yourself doing the same thing over and over again on the good days and the bad days? When you have your good days where everything's going great, beautiful, amazing, business is flourishing, you're getting new customers all the time, orders are flowing in, everybody loves your product. Whatever you're doing when you first started, you're gonna have to be doing that on a higher volume. It's gonna feel great, but it's also gonna be very overwhelming. And with you having the passion for what it is that you're doing, you're not gonna wanna stop. You're gonna make the adjustments to keep up with that demand. And if you're having a day where you just wanna quit, you're questioning your whole entire life, you're wondering if everything that you did to get to this point, is it even worth it? You're not gonna wanna stop. because you're going to remember your why, know that that passion is burning inside of you, and you're going to learn to pivot, do what you have to do to get back in that good space. Do you need a mental health day because you burnt yourself out? You need to switch up your content because it's not getting as much engagement. You're going to do whatever you have to do to get back to where you found the passion in what you're doing. Before I knew what kind of product I wanted to sell for my e-commerce business, I knew it had to be something that I'm passionate about. I'm a creative person. I love being creative. I like being hands-on. Most of my job experience has been with customer service, so I knew I wanted to do something in that realm. I went on TikTok, probably searched up small business ideas, and I was just scrolling, and I came across a video of a self-defense keychain. A light bulb went off in my head and in my heart at the same time. I'm like, that's what I want to do. I want to sell self-defense keychains. I'm a survivor of domestic violence. At the time, I was living in Baltimore City. I didn't even get my car until I was like in my 20s. For a few years, I'm taking public transportation with just anybody and their mother. I'm sitting on the bus stop alone, 6 in the morning in the middle of Baltimore City. God, I wish I had a self-defense keychain back then. I started, like I said, I was an event decorator. So every weekend I would be out setting up events with just me, my younger siblings, and sometimes my son, who was 4 and under at the time. There's been too many situations where I would have felt better if I had a self-defense keychain on me. So if you haven't thought about what you're gonna sell just yet, kind of just brainstorm, like what are your hobbies? What do you enjoy doing? Could it be something that you do for fun that you could potentially make a profit off of? Could it be a product or a service that you wish someone else offered? It could literally just be a product that you love and adore, but you want to put your own twist on it. So sit and reflect and find the product that fills you up with passion. Number 4 is solve a problem. What problem does your product or service solve for your customer? Everyone has some sort of problem that we bought some sort of product to help solve that problem. For me, self-defense keychains. Safety is so important. Everyone deserves to feel safe. I sell a product that serves that purpose to help people, and just so happens you can look so cute while doing it. And for event decorators, everyone's always having birthdays, everyone's always getting married, there's graduations happening, prom happening. But solve the problem of do not know how to, or I do not want to blow up hundreds of balloons and string them onto a garland and also have to attend my own party. We outsource and hire me for me to take care of that so you can enjoy your party. My anniversary's coming up and my woman deserves some chocolate covered strawberries, but I know nothing about dipping strawberries in chocolate. Let me hire iFancy Sweets. Your favorite skincare brand. They have great, beautiful, amazing quality products, but you really wish they would drop a certain scent. As a person who loves blueberries, I wish there was blueberry lotions. Let me fill the void, because if you search up blueberry lotions, they're not that popular. Let me serve my blueberry community. So if you're struggling to find a business idea, maybe find a problem and just solve it. I'm gonna give tip 5 and 6 together, which is competitor analysis and finding your unique edge. When you're doing your competitor analysis, you're searching other people within your niche. You gotta know what's going on with your competitors. What are they doing? Pros and cons of this business. What are they missing? Is there something that they're doing that you're inspired by that you want to implement into your own business? But don't get too caught up in it to the point where you're literally just like copy paste. First started iFancy Safety. I've never sold a self-defense keychain. I've never bought a self-defense keychain. I've never seen one prior to watching that video. It was kind of like brand new territory. I just typed in self-defense keychains, scroll, watch a few videos, see what they're offering on the keychain, see how much they're charging for it. I took note of certain things that I saw consistently throughout all the brands. Something that I noticed when I first started was the fact that they didn't let you change colors. So if it was a pink and white keychain, that's it. You get exactly off the website, no changes. And I was like, that's crazy. Other thing that I saw is the amount of items that were included on them. There was just some skinny, itty bitty, teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini keychains. It just was not my vibe. I would not have been fully happy with my purchase. The other thing is like they will provide chapstick and or hand sanitizer holders just empty. It's as if your man came home with flowers for you, didn't get a vase. They're like, here's these flowers wrapped up in its like original packaging, do the rest. That's why I decided like we provide chapstick and hand sanitizer. I kind of modeled the things that I do within my business based off of how I would want to shop. Like I love the option to customize. I love matching my keychains with my outfits. But if you're giving me straight off the website keychains, I'm going to be very limited. I'm going to have to buy a bunch of different keychains, a bunch of different sets in order to switch and swap out the accessories to get the color scheme that I'm looking for. Which is why we offer you to change up the whole entire color scheme within that one keychain. Yes, I can buy my own chapstick and hand sanitizer and put it in my keychain, but it's nice that I can now shop a business that automatically includes that. Based off of seeing how people did not offer that and knowing that I wanted that, I made sure to include that within my business. Do your competitor analysis, look around, see what you like, see what they're missing, and do something that makes you stand out. Ask yourself, why should they shop you instead of them? Tip number 7, choose a strong business name. Does your business name reflect what you do? Is it easy to remember? Is it easy to spell? These are things that you have to take into consideration when you're choosing a business name. This is the name that you want to be a household name. I chose I Fancy Sweets and I Fancy Safety for my name. I've watched a couple of UK shows and they say like, oh, I fancy you, which means I like you, I want you, I desire you. I Fancy Sweets translates to I like sweets. I want sweets. And when it came to do my self-defense keychain business, I just kind of kept it going. I like safety. I want safety. I fancy safety. Both times when I was doing events and selling self-defense keychains, people comment and say like, oh, I see why you call yourself I Fancy Safety. I Fancy Sweets because your stuff is so fancy. And I just thought that was like a 2-for-1 with the I like sweets, I like safety. The fact that whatever I'm doing, it's gonna be cute. So find a name that makes sense. If it's catchy, even better, because you want people to be able to remember it. Don't like name it Froggy Freaks Friday Frit Frat. Like, I'm not gonna remember that. As cute as your 3D printed frogs are, I'm not gonna remember that name. Number 8, we are almost done, you guys. Finding a reliable vendor. Having a good vendor is crucial. It's gonna take trial and error. Shop around. You do not have to put all your eggs in one basket if you do not have to. Compare pricing with other people. Does the vendor offer samples? You can factor their turnaround time frame. How's their communication? Communication is key. Something's going on that's like preventing them from doing their job. Are they gonna communicate to you properly? If they make mistakes on their end, are they gonna accommodate you for that? Do your due diligence. Look around. Keep a pros and cons list on each of your vendors. And don't settle on your first vendor. 9th tip is to promote. What is your current marketing strategy? Are you promoting on social media, word of mouth, or something else? Nobody's gonna know about your business if you don't talk about your business. We're in the day and age of social media where everyone is glued to their phone. Post your business. The more you promote, the more likely someone new is gonna see that. And if you're gonna promote on social media, it's good to be consistent with it so people can kind of be reminded of you. A lot of people don't just see a product one time and like, okay, here's my money. You have to build trust. Trust that they're not going to be scammed. Trust that this product brings value to my life. Trust that this product is worth the amount of money. Maybe you're not big on social media. Good thing you can still do word of mouth. You can't be shy about your business. You gotta pass out some business cards, go to some networking events. When you're out in public, at least tell one person about it. Somehow bring it up in conversation. Because closed mouths don't get fed. I know that, you know that, so promote your business. What's the point of you putting all that work into it if you're not gonna tell nobody about it? I want you to make a post today. I don't care what time it is. Somebody's up. You're probably past their bedtime. You're up. So somebody's gonna see it. Even if you only get like 10 likes on it. That's 10 people sit in the room saying, I like what you had to say. I like what you showed me. I like that thing that you created. I liked your product. Last but not least, number 10, stay consistent and adapt. Consistency is key. Like posting your video frequently, you're more likely to have more people to see your stuff. So what is something that you lack consistency with? Is it posting? Is it dropping collections? Answering email? You slow on responding back to people? You just stay consistent on whatever it is that you're trying to do. No way for you to like fall behind. Adapting. My experience of running I Fancy Safety when I first started versus now is different. So many things have changed in the safety community with social media, like the algorithm, what's trending. I've had to adapt and pivot. Once was very much my little niche of customizing self-defense keychains, providing the chapstick and hand sanitizer. It's now a more common thing now. Some of the things that I've done, adjusting to the fact that more safety brands are giving the options to customize or providing more items on their keychains or providing chapstick and hand sanitizer. One of the things that I've done is getting even more custom stuff. I have custom chocolate brown chapstick and hand sanitizer holders, seatbelt cutter window breakers, and emergency whistles. I personally have not seen another safety brand have that. Yeah, they offer custom colors, all the other base colors anyone can get starting out, but I Fancy Safety has something that no one else has. Custom accessories in brown, navy blue, burgundy, gold, and more. That's just one of the things that I've done. Continue to set myself apart from everyone else. Having trouble being consistent, figure out why that is. Get deep within yourself. See what's the problem, what's the issue, so we can get out of this like bad habit loop. So I want you to set a small goal for your business this week and stay consistent with it. And that was my 10 essential tips starting your business. Whether or not you're planning on starting a business, I've already started. Let me know if any of these tips were useful for you. If you liked this video, make sure you guys like it, share this out to someone else who may find these tips helpful, and make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm so happy that I finally recorded it. If you guys would like to see more business tips, behind the scenes, or anything like that, just let me know in the comment section what kind of content you guys would love to see. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. Until next time, toodaloo!